Legacy จากห้องใหม่แล้วปฏิบัติก่อนหน้านี้เปลี่ยนจากรีบเล่นเควสแล้วก็รีบไปอะไรแบบนั้นมานี้ละจัดสักหน่อย
Settle yourself, I mean you no harm. There. I'm not going to hurt you. Revelio.
Deke would like to speak with you when you have a moment.
Hello, Deke. You wanted to talk to me?
Indeed. Deke thought you might want to learn how to build a breeding pen so that you can breed beasts.
That sounds a very good idea.
Rescuing and breeding beasts go hand in hand. Young beasts are particularly vulnerable to poachers. Breeding beasts here in the room will allow us to keep the younger ones safe.
I see. And what do I need to do?
First, bring a pair of beasts to the room. One male, one female. Deke suggests rescuing thestrals, as they're at great risk from poachers. Noble creatures, but their relationship with death gives them a bad reputation. They're prized by poachers for their tail hairs.
I've seen thestrals before, but where would I find a pair of them nearby?
Deke has seen some wild thestrals not too far from the Hogwarts grounds. Then you'll need to purchase a spellcraft for the pen from Tomes and Scrolls and gather the materials it requires. Once you've rescued the thestrals and you have the spellcraft, you come and find Deke.
ว่าพอเล่น
Doesn't
ฮอก
get
วอต
any
ส์จ
more
บอะ
cozy than Hogsmeade.
แบบเคลียร์ทุกอย่างแล้วอะว่าจะเล่นเอาล้านภาค 1ภาค 2ที่แบบเป็นภาษาไทยอะไปหาข้อมูลมาเขาแปลแบบแปลหมดแล้วอะละเอียดด้วยทั้งชีททั้งอะไรนะก็ว่าจะไปเล่นแล้วก็ตามด้วย Assassin เกมแปลไทยทั้งหมดอะเดี๋ยวผมไล่เก็บให้หมดเลยทำอะไรวะจะดูทาเลนต์ของไม้กวาดโอเคเหลืออันเดียวไม่มีทาเลนต์
Not enough
Revelio.
It's always nice to see a familiar face. Let's look at what we have, shall we?
Now I can conjure a breathing pen in the room. Best get back to Deke with the Thestrals.
ต้องเก็บเงินมาซื้อพวกนี้นะเนี่ยห้องกลางอันนี้
Nothing like finding just the right thing, is there? Nothing like finding just the right thing, is there?
แค่นี้พอ
Let me know if there's anything else I can do to help.
I've rescued the Thestrals and bought the spellcraft for the pen.
Excellent. Now, to breed your Thestrals, simply release them into the same vivarium in which you conjure the pen. Then use the pen to start the process. Come and see Deke when you're finished.
I shall. I wonder where I should conjure their pen.
Deke never grows tired of the room's surprises. We now have the perfect place for those Thestrals. Please let Deke know once you've bred them. Deke's no herbology professor, but some plants here seem to be ready to harvest.
ไม่ใช่หนู
Professor Howin will never believe this.
เขาว่าไม่ได้ให้อาหารเลยโอเค ทำอะไรผิดวะสอนผสมกันได้ไหมเนี่ย ระหว่างนี้ก็ทำคลิปคนอื่นเอาไซด์เควสก่อนเดี๋ยวค่อยทำสตอรี่ไปเรื่อยๆ
Adelaide Oaks, isn't it? I received your owl.
Yes, I'm Adelaide Oaks. Oh dear. You see, my uncle Roland is a metal trader who's quite well known in the goblin community. He normally sends me owls every week when he's on his business travels. In his last owl, he alluded to dealings with those radical goblins, Ranrock's loyalists. It's been ages since that owl and I'm worried. What with the troll attack on Hogsmeade and the rumours that goblins may have been involved, well, I'm fearing the worst. Should I be worried about my uncle, or am I overthinking this?
I think you're right to be concerned, Adelaide. Your uncle may be in trouble.
You're much more understanding than Professor Weasley. She heard I was going to look for him and forbade me from leaving the grounds. She's convinced he can handle himself, but I can't concentrate on anything until I know he's all right. Could you try to find out for me? From what I hear, you're almost as adventurous as Uncle Roland.
โคตรชอบเลยจ้ะ
Has your uncle traded with many goblins?
Yes, for ages. Even speaks gobbledygook. But he only recently mentioned Ranrock's lot, insisting the galleons were worth the risk. He does it for me. Between robes and supplies, attending Hogwarts costs a fair sickle. And besides that, Uncle Roland has expensive taste. He's sacrificed so much for me over the years. I promised him that as soon as I finish Hogwarts, I shall be the one taking care of him.
I take it you and your uncle are close.
We are. My mother died when I was born, and I lost my father when I was 5. Uncle Roland's looked after me for as long as I can remember. He knows I get anxious when he travels, and that's why he sends me all the owls, to let me know that he's all right.
I'll try and look into it for you, Adelaide.
Thank you. He's very thorough in his record keeping, notes all his trades in a journal, makes maps. In fact, in his last owl, he drew me a map of his next stop. He'd planned to set up camp north of here. I do hope you're able to find out where he is. Thank you again for any help you can provide. Uncle Roland would never leave me to worry like this.
ขี่ไปดีกว่าเผื่อเจอไอ้ลูกโป่ง
I hope Adelaide's Uncle Roland is all right. She seems very worried.
จะได้เอาไว้
Adelaide mentioned her uncle's camp may be near Brockborough, past the river. Could this be Mr. Oakes's camp? Ranrock's loyalists, just ahead. Should I take them by force or
You will not. You can't stop us. Your spells glance off of me. Not quite.
Now, to find out what happened here. Adelaide said that her uncle kept notes of his trades, maps. Perhaps these landmarks will lead me to him.
Revelio.
ยาอย่างเยอะยิงหัวแล้ว
Confringo. Revelio.
I don't trust Ranrock, I'll tell you that. He'll turn on us first chance he gets.
Revelio.
Pull yourself together. Can't be going about like this. Our enemies seen our divide. We must stop this. We've become our enemies.
เดินไปตามทางนี้เลยนะเฮ้ยโอ้ยเกือบมันไม่ใช่ตรงเนี้ย
Confringo.
You should go. You've heard many of my friends, and now you'll pay.
Confringo.
I've seen it.
Confringo.
You took Nora Treadwell from us.
Shame nobody saw that. Revelio.
Betting on the threat. The Ministry ought to loosen the reins on the Dark Arts. Better protection, if you ask me.
Bombarda. Confringo.
Death, slay one of my own! You will fall!
อันนี้ไม่น่าใช่หรอกแต่มันมีจุดให้ดำน้ำแป๊บนึง
Revelio.
ทิ้งมันไม่ใช่ตรงนี้หรอ
Revelio.
ไม่ใช่ทางนี้หรอกแต่แวะอีกแล้วเคยได้ของดี
Revelio.
Still like the grip.
Revelio. Could it be? A rock formation. That's the first landmark on this map. Now, to find the crooked tree.
ไม่ได้ไปซื้อแบบไม่ได้ทำมันเลยเป็น
Confringo! I should investigate. Revelio.
แล้วใครมันเป็นคนคุมวะเนี่ย
Revelio. Revelio.
You can't imagine how inconvenient.
What do we have here?
Confringo!
Goblins will
มันไม่ใช่ตรงนี้เลย
move
อะ
over with it.
บวกแม่งเลยแล้วกัน
I may have more luck higher up in the keep. A ladder. That's what I need.
Sworn. Was that your best?
Crucio!
This is the spot on the map. I'd best have my eyes slowly.
Yo! I will make you pay.
Revelio.
ใช่เฉย กล่องอยู่ข้างล่างที่แรกดูตามแผนที่อ่ะ คิดว่าเป็นไอ้นี่นะแบบเหมือนซุ้มธรรมดาไม่ใช่ฐาน
What will we find in here?
เป็นฐานกอบลิน
Revelio.
Someone there?
Revelio.
That must be getting punishment to us all who have that miserable human around. An intruder! Yeah. Red Rock will need us
It looks as though Adelaide's instincts were spot on. Revelio. A little more. Revelio. Revelio.
No. เอาอะไรไปตั้ง3 อัน
Here. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Revelio.
A human's word is worthless. This prisoner owes us the metal we were promised.
Hello?
Crystal Chalice. A boiler door. How to open it?
You should know better than that by now. We've all told you before.
What's that? Who's there?
Crystal Chalice. Revelio. Revelio.
มาแค่นี้แหละ เต็มเลย
I wonder if Adelaide's uncle could be down there. Lucas Totalis.
Show yourself, if you're there. Someone out there?
Hello? Mr. Oakes?
Yes, I'm here. They've taken my wand. This cell has an enchanted lock. I have experience with these locks, but I need my wand if I have any chance of opening it. Look for a boiler door. I've heard them speak of it.
I need to find Mr. Oakes's wand. Where could it be? Revelio.
นายก็ว่า ทำอะไรวะ อ๋อ
Confringo!
เดี๋ยวได้
One way or another, we'll get what we're owed.
Ready to fight?
Hello?
โอ้โหตัวเขาไม่ได้
Someone there? Such arrogance. How nice of you to stop by. Oi, pass that fire whiskey over here. You have to... Why, as a grapple you are. Who's there?
Lucas Totalis. Ranrock's hand. Revelio.
ของเต็มอีกอ๋อโพชั่น
Revelio.
แต่ไม่มีไฟไปทำเควสขยายกระเป๋านอกคลิปที่หลัง
This must be Mr. Oakes's wand. Perhaps now he can set himself free.
ยาอย่างแน่นนะ25 รอบนะ
Please, pass me my wand. I can't get out of this damn cell without it. It's my last hope. Please. My wand. Oh, thank Merlin. Thank you.
You did it! I found my wand and... Wait, you're a student? Oh, we must get you to safety immediately. It's dangerous.
It's all right, Mr. Oakes. I've dealt with these goblins before.
Dear Merlin, you're either very lucky or very talented. Well, how did you find me?
I'm a friend of Adelaide's. She was worried about your business with Ranrock's loyalists.
Oh, she was right to be. I couldn't go through with the agreement, and when I told them, I ended up blindfolded and behind bars. Been locked in that infernal cell for so long, they'd forgot I was even there. I overheard things. If only I could reward you for what you've done. Blasted goblin stole every canut on me. All I can say is thank you, truly.
You mentioned you overheard things.
Sad tale, really. I think I know where Ranrock's unfortunate vendetta against wizardkind began. Although dragon breeding was outlawed by the Warlocks Convention of 1709, Ranrock stumbled upon an illegal dragon camp. He was young, found the creatures fascinating. He'd visit the camp in secret whenever he could, never making his presence known. After weeks of sly surveillance, he finally summoned the courage to speak to the wizard in charge. Ranrock wanted to join them, and the creatures. The wizard happened to drop his wand. Ranrock saw an opportunity. He picked it up, went to hand it back as a means of introducing himself. The sight of a goblin with a wand sent the wizard into an instant rage. He beat Ranrock nearly to death. Ever since, Ranrock has despised wizardkind, sees us all as cruel.
Am I right that you speak gobbledygook?
Unbeknownst to Ranrock's fiends, I do. I've always had an affinity for goblin culture. Knew I wanted to be a metal trader ever since I was a lad. It wasn't easy learning the language. It's complex, and my memory's as weak as my knees these days. But after decades working with fine goblin folk, I grew fairly proficient. At least, I'd like to think so.
I'm grateful I was able to help you, Mr. Oakes. Adelaide thinks the world of you.
Oh, and I her. She's become quite savvy to my trading habits, always analysing my detailed owls. If only I hadn't resorted to trading with such fiends. A lesson I shan't soon forget. Having my wand back is like being reunited with an old friend. I must return home and inform Adelaide of my safety. Will you be all right?
I'll be fine, Mr. Oakes. You get back to Adelaide. I assure you her worries outweigh yours.
Oh, I'm anxious to see my dear niece. And then I plan to travel far from here for my next round of trading. Thank you. May life reward you justly for your deeds. Be well, my friend.
Mr. Oakes was lucky. Ranrock's lot would never have freed him. Revelio. Too late for you to learn the error of your ways.
โพชั่นเต็มหมดทุกตัว
Revelio.
Thank you for making me the first object of your suspicions. You know who my friends are now, don't I?
เสร็จจะขอจบคลิปแล้วเดี๋ยวไปนอนก่อนรู้สึกง่วงแล้วเวลาที่ผมเล่นตอนเนี้ยคือ5 ทุ่มนะตีก็แทบจะไม่ได้พูดนะเวลามาที่ไหนเนี่ย
Revelio. I should let Deke know about the newborn festival.
สีดำ
I'd like to ask you about changing the room's ambience.
Of course. What sort of overall look most appeals to you?
I would like the room to feel as if it's being lit by the moon.
Oh, sounds perfect.
Hello, Deke. You'll be pleased to know that a little Thestral was born.
How wonderful to have more Thestrals in our world. Such misunderstood beasts.
I'm sorry that we both can see Thestrals, Deke.
Deke is privileged to see such majestic beasts, but sometimes wishes Deke couldn't. Deke is to blame.
What do you mean, to blame?
Years ago, Deke's master ordered Deke to help him capture a phoenix, the rarest of all beasts, that Master had spotted high on a cliff. The phoenix was the most beautiful beast Deke had ever seen. Deke begged Master to leave her be. When Deke hesitated to climb up the cliff as ordered, Deke had to punish himself. As Deke punished himself, Master grew angrier and angrier, and in his frustration cast at the regal bird. Deke suspects the phoenix was protecting eggs when it swooped down in fear and fury. Before Deke could reach him, Master fell from the cliff. Deke stayed on that cliffside for days, punishing himself, before Tobbs found him.
It sounds to me as if your master got what he deserved.
Deke never wanted anyone to get hurt. Not the phoenix, not Tobbs, and not even Master. Deke often wonders what became of that phoenix. Deke feels fortunate to be at Hogwarts now, helping you rescue beasts. Perhaps Deke can make amends for what came before.
มันคือหมู่บ้านไหนผมยังหาไม่เจอเลย แต่เดี๋ยวค่อยมาทำแล้วกัน มันอยู่ใกล้ๆปราสาทเราเปล่าวะเหมือนไอเนี่ยฮอกมีดอ่ะผมว่าน่าจะเป็นฮอกมีดเพราะดูจากรูปอ่ะไอตรงนี้น่าจะเป็นฮอกวอตส์คิดว่าเดี๋ยวไว้พาหน้า